The record of 249 goals for Manchester United, set by the
Bobby
legend Charlton in 1973, has been far surpassed. Sir Bobby needed 17 years from 1956 to 1973 and 758 appearances to reach the 249-goal milestone for the Red Devils. Meanwhile, in just 13 years, Wayne Rooney racked up 253 goals in only 546 games. Wayne Rooney entered the pantheon of Old Trafford legends. Beyond the club, Rooney once again eclipsed his predecessor to break the record of 49 goals in 106 caps for the England national team. Whether at the age of 23 or 32, even when venturing to North America for his post-peak years, he still burned brightly like a fire. Shrek was always the devoted spearhead, throwing himself into the toughest matches. In the most intense hot zones, Rooney was always present when his side needed him most. October 24, 1985, Croxteth, on the eastern outskirts of Liverpool. Wayne Rooney was born into a poor working-class family. Croxteth was notorious as a stronghold for gangs. He would not hesitate to fight on the streets, but now it is better known as the place where Wayne Rooney was born. His childhood was spent growing up on those violent streets. Despite this, Rooney was passionate about the ball. He played football on the street or in the backyard, whether it was day or night. Without friends, Rooney would play alone. Everyone knows he was famously rebellious, hot-tempered, and prone to losing his cool on the pitch. During his early professional career, Rooney's intense personality partly stemmed from the rough childhood of the boy who dreamed of becoming a boxer. He once severely injured lads 3 to 4 years older than him. He was once expelled from school for 2 days for playing football in the science lab. The only thing that angered Rooney was not the prospect of being expelled, but the fact that his ball, the boy's greatest asset, was confiscated. At 9 years old, Rooney had already scored 99 goals for the youth team he was part of. Because of this, an Everton club scout assistant came to his home and proposed that the family allow him to join the Merseyside Blues in the U10-U11 team kit. Rooney scored an incredible 114 goals in just 29 appearances. In 2002, Rooney was promoted to the Toffees' first team. This was a very successful year for Rooney, as he was the one who ended Arsenal's record streak of 30 consecutive league games and 24 unbeaten away games. This happened in Everton's significant 2-1 victory over Arsenal on October 19, 2002. That was Wayne Rooney's first professional goal. It made him the youngest goalscorer in Premier League history at just 16 years and 361 days old. However, this record was broken twice afterward. Also, in 2002, Wayne Rooney was voted BBC Young Sports Personality of the Year and signed his first professional contract. Consequently, he became one of the highest-paid young players in the world. Rooney's talent quickly drew interest from many major clubs, including Newcastle and Manchester United. That was also the time Rooney became a media sensation in England, when he became the youngest player to feature for the England national team in the 1-3 loss to Australia on February 13, 2003. With his goal against Macedonia in the Euro 2004 qualifiers, Wayne Rooney became England's youngest goalscorer at 17 years and 317 days old. The young Everton player became the youngest goalscorer in Euro history. He scored a brace against Switzerland in the Euro 2004 group stage, 18 years, 7 months and 24 days old. England were eliminated in the quarterfinals by Portugal when Rooney suffered an injury and had to leave the field early in the 27th minute. At that time, Sir Alex Ferguson had been scouting Rooney for 4 consecutive years and was impressed by his magnificent performances. After the Euros, Manchester United were determined to sign Rooney at any cost, and the price they paid was £27 million, a very high fee for an 18-year-old player even today. In 2004, Wayne Rooney became the hottest name in English football. He overcame all barriers to become an icon of English football. Manchester United. In his debut match at Old Trafford, Rooney immediately netted a hat-trick against Despite his young age, thanks to the guidance and mentorship of Sir Alex Ferguson, Rooney rose to become one of the best strikers in the world. As the point of the attack for United's rapid counter-attacking style, Rooney both carried the responsibility and worked diligently like a busy bee. He contributed immensely to the Red Devils' dominance in England. In the second half of the two, Rooney's finishing ability and powerful bursts were maximized in an environment where he received significantly more opportunities than he'd ever done. Within just the first 2 years at Old Trafford, Rooney helped the Red Devils secure a League Cup title. Together with Cristiano Ronaldo, they formed an effective partnership, delivering a 3-year period of sustained dominance for Man United with 3 Premier League titles. But famous footballers always possess strong personalities. Rooney's problems stemmed from his aggression and short temper, which led to a lack of self-control. Always viewed as the leader of the England attack, Rooney indirectly became the target of criticism. After a series of failures by the England team in major tournaments, 2006 World Cup, the England team was once again knocked out in the quarter-finals by Portugal. Rooney was sent off after a stamp on Ricardo. The incident occurred right in front of referee Horacio Elizondo. His club teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo, added fuel to the fire by rushing over to pressure the referee into carding Rooney. Losing his composure, Rooney shoved the Portuguese player and was shown a red card afterward. Once Rooney had left the pitch, Ronaldo winked toward the Portuguese coaching staff with a look of sheer triumph. This action by Ronaldo sparked a furious reaction from the English public. Rooney was fined 5,000 Swiss francs by FIFA. The England team was forced to head home after the penalty shootout loss. Putting aside the tension from the 2006 World Cup, Rooney and Ronaldo teamed up to bring more trophies to the United cabinet. The 2006-2007 Premier League Championship was the first league title in Rooney's career and also the first trophy after a 4-year wait for Manchester United. Van Nistelrooy's departure to Real Madrid left the No. 10 shirt for Rooney. He spent his first season wearing the new number with great success, achieving a double of the Premier League and Champions League titles. His sole goal in Japan brought United another trophy, the FIFA Club World Cup. This was a period where Rooney had to frequently battle persistent injuries. Although Manchester United successfully defended the Premier League title, they were defeated by Barcelona in the Champions League final after Carlos Tevez and Cristiano Ronaldo, 2 of Rooney's key striking partners, left Old Trafford for Man City and Real Madrid respectively. Rooney began the 2009-2010 season tasked with being the top goalscorer. Living up to expectations, he became the club's 20th player to reach the 100-goal milestone. By the end of the season, he had 26 Premier League goals out of a total of 32 goals, his highest tally to date. However, it wasn't enough to help Manchester United retain the Premier League title. Rooney only finished second to Didier Drogba for the Premier League Golden Boot that year. Manchester United were eliminated from the Champions League in the quarter-finals by Bayern Munich. The 2010 World Cup continued to be where the Three Lions sowed disappointment. Rooney failed to register a single goal in South Africa. Furthermore, he alienated the home supporters. In the group stage match against Algeria, following a lackluster performance and boos from the crowd, Rooney vented his anger after the game by looking into a TV camera and criticizing the home fans. The whole of England was outraged by the action, and Rooney had to issue a public apology. The national team played sluggishly and was knocked out in the round of 16 by Germany. In the 2010-2011 season, Rooney won his 4th Premier League title with United and also set the club record for the most overall titles with their 19th league crown, surpassing Liverpool to become England's most successful club. During that season, he left his mark with an unbelievable overhead kick volley against local rivals Manchester City. The Red Devils once again reached the Champions League final against Barcelona, the team that had defeated them 2 years prior. But once again, Sir Alex Ferguson's side suffered a 1-3 defeat, with Rooney scoring the sole goal. In the 2011-2012 season, he reached the 150-goal record for United in the 8-2 demolition of Arsenal at Old Trafford. He contributed a hat-trick with 2 direct free kicks, a penalty and an assist for Wayne Rooney ended the campaign with 26 Premier League goals and 34 goals in all competitions. Despite finishing on the same 89 points as Man City, a significantly inferior goal difference forced the Red Devils to watch the blue half of Manchester Premier League title in the dramatic final seconds. At Euro 2012, Rooney was suspended for 2 group stage matches. He scored the sole goal for the England national team against Ukraine to secure their spot in the quarter-finals, but they were subsequently eliminated after a penalty shootout with Italy in the 2012-2013 season. Despite the arrival of Robin van Persie, Rooney played with high energy and was willing to sacrifice himself to play a supporting role for his teammate. This productive partnership helped bring their 20th Premier League trophy, serving as a beautiful farewell gift for Sir Alex Ferguson. In the post-Ferguson era, both United and Rooney plunged into crisis. The playing system and personnel structure at Manchester changed constantly, season after season. The squad playing style and attacking approach. Age was also a factor that prevented the English superstar from reclaiming his peak form past the age of 30. Wayne Rooney inevitably felt the fatigue under the manager, who heavily emphasized physical play. The issue with Shrek's fitness levels made him struggle considerably. Unlike many other brilliant forwards, Rooney seemed to have lacked focused effort in physical training. This caused him to gradually regress and lose the ability to compete with other strikers. At Old Trafford, under Jose Mourinho, the Red Devils' system of play was completely incompatible with the English forward. All Rooney could offer was experience in top-level combat. While this is a crucial element, it is never as important as the pace, clinical finishing ability of sharp goal poachers. Fans gradually sensed the day that Old Trafford would have to bid farewell to Wayne Rooney. In a world in the England national team jersey, Rooney also scored one goal, which was also his only goal in a World Cup final, Tournament Cup Finals match against Uruguay. As usual, the Three Lions exited the tournament in the group stage in utter disappointment. In September 2015, in his 107th cap for the national team, Rooney scored his 50th goal. He broke Sir Bobby Charlton's 45-year-old record of 49 goals for England, becoming the greatest goalscorer in the history of English football. He scored his 53rd goal, his final international goal, also from the penalty spot against Iceland in the round of 16 of Euro 2016. January 21, 2017, Wayne Rooney came off the bench in the match against Stoke City. That was also the day he made Red Devils history with his 250th goal, breaking Sir Bobby Charlton's 249-goal record. To become Manchester United's greatest goalscorer in history, Rooney was presented with the Golden Boot by the predecessor himself. The 2016 Europa League trophy was also the final but well-deserved reward for Rooney's 13 years of service at the Theatre of Dreams. After a long period spent on the substitutes bench, United finally released the 32-year-old striker on a free transfer so he could return to his former home, Everton. The journey of England's golden boy with Man United ended there. 13 years at Old Trafford, Rooney did everything and won everything. One by one, the brightest stars in the forward line left and he was the only one who remained. He was willing to drop deep to support Ronaldo during the days the Portuguese star graced the Old Trafford pitch. Before that, it was Van Nistelrooy, and later Berbatov, Chicharito, Van Persie, or even Danny Welbeck. When everyone departed, only Rooney stayed. 253 goals for one club over 13 years. This Rooney record will stand for a very long time. In one season, back wearing the Everton jersey, Rooney reached the historic milestone of 200 Premier League goals. He became the second highest scorer in the history of the competition, trailing only Alan Shearer. It is unique that the victim in many of his great milestones was Man City. Rooney reached the 50-goal mark in the Premier League when United defeated Man City 3-1 in December 2006. The 150-goal record also came against the blue half of Manchester on September 12, 2012. Sandwiched between these was the legendary overhead kick volley. In February 2011, bidding farewell to the top-flight pitches, Rooney headed to the distant United States for a new chapter. In the twilight of his career at DC United, Rooney was more than just an all-around player. He was arguably the player who came closest to the definition of a perfect striker. Whether it was a long pass or a short pass, Rooney timed them accurately. Close-range shots, long-range efforts, free kicks, corners, he was proficient in all. David Beckham could score one goal from the halfway line, but Rooney did it 3 times. When in the mood, he could play like a Brazilian player, dribbling solo through the opposition defense or executing a spectacular volley that flew into the net. For 13 years at one club, he accepted starting or being on the bench, playing as a striker or winger, and even as a central midfielder whenever the coach required, willing to play a supporting role for anyone. Rooney remained the enduring best goalscorer in Manchester United history. Throughout his playing career, he was never on the same level as Ronaldo or Messi in terms of individual accolades. But Rooney himself always possessed values that were uniquely his own. In his life, Sir Alex Ferguson was not afraid of anyone. He ruthlessly dismissed Roy Keane, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Beckham. But with Rooney, Fergie was ready to keep him at all costs until he stepped down. Because more than anyone, Sir Alex saw the existence of an angel behind Rooney's rugged exterior. Perhaps Rooney no longer possessed the thunderous shots, the blistering sprints, or the classic volleys. Perhaps many people still feel uneasy with the moniker of legend being applied to him. Perhaps Rooney is not a legend by conventional standards. That's right, because no true legend is ever truly conventional.